I was watching TV the other day, and I saw this beautiful woman, the publisher of Feast magazine, making some type of roasted walnut concoction.
Roasted walnut?
It was pecans. I'm sorry, pecans.
Oh, yes. That was the Caldi's Coffee Panna Cotta with a blueberry gastrique and candied pecans.
That was really, that looked really good.
On Feast TV.
That looked really, really good.
Well, you should try to make it, McGraw.
It's very easy to make. But the thing is, like cooking with coffee, a lot of people don't think about using coffee as anything other than a morning pick-me-up or something like that. But really, the flavors in coffee can be infused into a lot of different dishes.
It's really good. Feast TV, that's on Channel 9 during the weekends. But you're here to talk about a couple of restaurants, Kat Neville.
I am. So the first one is this humongous success. It just debuted a couple of months ago in Midtown at 3108 Olive. And of course, I'm talking about Southern. And so Rick Lewis, who is well known for his work previously he was a James Beard semifinalist for Rising Star Chef. He has teamed up with none other than Mike Emerson and Skip Steele to launch Southern, which is right around the corner from Pappy's. It's in that same building.
Okay.
And so on the menu, they serve hot chicken. So like Nashville style hot chicken. It is delicious.
You mean spicy hot?
Spicy hot.
Okay.
It is hot. It comes out of the fryer.
Right.
But they have like the original. They have Cluckin' Hot. They have a mild. And then they also have a General Tso's chicken. And I was like, why the General Tso's chicken? And he's like, because I like it and
because
it's delicious and it's also spicy and because I can. Exactly.
Right.
And, but chicken's not the only thing on the menu. And what he's also serving up are amazing sides. He does Hoppin' John, which you do not see very much up here. It's a Southern dish, which I grew up on. From my mom makes black-eyed peas every New Year's Day because that's what you eat for good luck. And then also he does braised greens and mashed potatoes with a pan gravy. Mac and cheese. It's so funny when I interviewed him. He was saying that he did his mac and cheese Southern style, which is in a casserole with not a lot of creaminess to it. And everybody in St. Louis likes really creamy mac and cheese. So he kind of like found a sweet spot in the middle, essentially.
He found a Southern creamy mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he also is doing a lot of really amazing sandwiches. And the one that I am head over heels about is the fried bologna. And it's not Oscar Mayer bologna on white bread. Let me tell you,
there are actually other types of bologna?
Yes. They house make their own bologna, and it is smoked right there. And they make their own pimento cheese. So he takes these slices of the house-made bologna. He fries it on this flat top griddle. He then takes a mound of this wonderful pimento cheese and piles it on top and lets it melt, and then tops that with a sunny side up egg and puts it on a companion pretzel roll. Hello.
Oh my gosh, it's
delicious.
Gotta be delicious.
Well, and this is open now.
Oh yeah, it's open. But please, everyone who's listening, they close at 4 p.m.
Oh.
They are not open on Mondays and Tuesdays, and I think maybe Sundays. Please check the hours. When we were there, I actually filmed them for the next episode of Feast TV. People kept coming to the door. We were filming on a Tuesday at lunchtime, and people kept coming to the door and shaking the door. They're like, I see food in there. I see it. This one guy, it's so funny. I actually told Mike this story, and obviously Rick was there. This one guy had a shirt on that said, "It sucks to be me." And he walks up to the door, and he's shaking it, and he's like, why aren't you open on Tuesday for lunch? He's got this shirt on that says "It sucks to be me." It was very sad. So please do check the hours.
Open the door
now.
now.
The door.
Like zombies shaking the door.
Exactly. I want the chicken.
Southern on, is that Lindell? There?
Olive. 3108 Olive. And it is Wednesday to Sunday are their days.
And
they're
the lines must
it's
be
on
really
the other.
long.
It's on the other side of the Pappy's store.
Yes, you have to stand in line. They do, and they do not serve alcohol, but they're working on a liquor license, and they have a few desserts and stuff. But
smoked bologna. All right.
Oh my
sounds good,
goodness,
fried bologna.
It is delicious.
All right, we'll try that out. What's number 2 for us?
Number 2, I heard you talking about the beautiful Missouri River.
Yes.
I think so much so many people in the St. Louis area do not explore beyond our immediate boundaries. And the town of Washington, Missouri is an hour away from downtown.
I love
it's
Washington,
half an
Missouri.
hour
Me
from
too.
Chesterfield.
Yeah.
It is a charming historic spot, and there's a place called the Blue Duck at 516 West Front Street. It's in this beautiful brick building, and no kidding, it has these massive picture windows that overlook the Missouri River. And we're so disconnected. We're aware that we're a river town and a river state, but we're so disconnected from the beauty of the river and the serenity of the river. And it's just wonderful to not only have a place like the Blue Duck where you can go and you can dine, but the food's really great. And the couple that owns it, they're terrific. And so it is, like I said, maybe 45 minutes from Chesterfield or so. They have this Kentucky hot brown sandwich, which, if you're familiar with it, it's an open-faced sandwich with smoked turkey, tomato jam. They put portobello mushrooms on it with a brown gravy and then Parmesan and cheddar. Delicious. Yes.
Delish.
Delish. They do things like cornmeal fried catfish. They have a wonderful caprese salad where they house make their own mozzarella. So some really kind of simple things as well. They also have a smoked fried chicken on the menu, lots of salads and sandwiches. And they have some really fun things, like they actually have a Korean rice bowl with like kimchi, and then you can choose either a smoked duck or pork meatballs. It has like egg and green onions on it, a very traditional kind of Korean rice bowl with like local ingredients. It's really, they have really interesting food, and the desserts are amazing. There's this humongous like glass case that when you walk in, you can buy like either a whole cake, or you can get slices while you're there. And they do lots of fun stuff, and they serve a lot of wonderful Missouri wines. You were mentioning Yellow Farmhouse Winery. They have on their menu Noble Ice and Robler, a lot of the wineries that are right around them.
The Blue Duck, what's the address again?
The address is 516 West Front Street in Washington, Missouri.
Washington, Missouri really embraces the river. They got all sorts of great stuff. It's fun. It's great. The Blue Duck on Front Street in Washington, and Southern on Olive in Midtown. Right next to Pappy's. Quickly, what's going on with Feast Magazine?
It's obviously Feast 50 time, and we have events on Saturday, August 29th and Sunday, August 30th that are celebrating a bunch of our really fantastic winners. On the August 29th, we have a tour and tasting at Caldi's paired with Strange Donuts. And then in the afternoon, it is a seafood boil at Four Hands featuring Peacemaker. So obviously everybody loves, beer and seafood boil. Then on Sunday, we're doing a butchery demo with none other than Chris Bolliard, and we're pairing that with a whiskey tasting from Spirits of St. Louis. And then in the evening, there is a 4-course sit-down wine dinner featuring Chalmette wine at Cleveland Heath. And then we're also going to be incorporating Beachy cheeses and Salume Beidou charcuterie. So
all of that,
join us.
All of that can be found at Feast Magazine.
Feastmagazine.com. Yep, you can buy your tickets, and it's going to be a really fun weekend.
Mouth-wateringly good.
Yes.
Kat, have a good week.
Thank you.
All sponsored by our friends at Jimmy's on the Park, 706 Demond in Clayton. Call them at 725-8585 or their website, jimmyscafe.com, for menu and directions. And don't forget, this is the last week of the Muni, so how about dinner at Jimmy's on the Park and then to the Muni? This is the last week you can do that before next year. So take advantage of Jimmy's on the Park and the Muni this week and this week only. Jimmy's on the Park, 706 Demond in Clayton on the Big 550 KTRS.